I have spent large portions of my life playing video games.
You're wasting your life.
I am not. What you call wasting, I call living.
From obsessing over Super Mario World to racking up body counts in Call of Duty that the UN would qualify as genocide, I love video games. Within the last few months, though, I fell into an abyss of obsessive gameplay of a type of game I had spent the last decade avoiding.
Souls games.
This all started when I was lucky enough to get my hands on a PS5 at launch. I know, most people don't believe they actually exist. The white whale of consoles, if you will. But I'm here to tell you, it does. And it's great. The biggest problem with purchasing the shiny new console was what to play. And at launch you pretty much had two choices. Spider-Man or Demon Souls. Now, I've known of Souls games for years, but I always heard that the difficulty was so ridiculous, only a masochist would play them. But, you might hate me here, I really have never been a fan of Spider-Man, so I chose Demon Souls. And after some initial frustration, the oft-spoken mantra, "Get good," started resonating in my head. Then it happened. I conquered my first Souls boss, and I was hooked. This all led me to Sekiro. I've been curious when it came out, but hearing it was made by those Dark Souls guys, I gave it a pass. And now with my newfound addiction, Sekiro filled that obsession. It has become the best game I've played in years, and one of the best I've ever played. From the gorgeous visuals, the outstanding boss design, and the addictive rhythm-based combat, there have been few greater gaming thrills than taking down Ishin the Sword Saint. Naturally, I wanted to shout my love for this game to the rafters. But being an indoor kid, I don't do shouting. So I just annoy my wife by talking about it non-stop. My wife, Carolyn, well, she's not much of a gamer, but she's always put up with my obsession. And aside from some mobile games and a love for Animal Crossing, she hasn't played very many. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could watch her try and play one of the most challenging games made? Here are the results of Episode 1, I Made My Wife Play. I was hoping Carolyn would find the story of Sekiro engaging, as it is more traditional than the Dark Souls games.
Why do I have to watch half an hour of this bullshit?
But unfortunately, this just led to her complaining about the length of the cutscenes,
Seriously, this is taking so long.
asking if she actually had to talk to the NPCs, and complaints about the lack of character customization.
I still don't understand why I can't have a Barbie in this game.
After paying the bare minimum attention to the story, she began playing the game. We started by getting Carolyn familiar with the controls.
I'm just gonna play like I'm playing Halo. I'm Halo player.
For someone who freaks out every time they see a tarantula in Animal Crossing, this went as well as expected. After a couple of false starts and a panicked run for the cottage, she was able to meet the heir and get her sword.
Oh shit, I died! This kid is like, for fuck's sake, dude.
Now, have you ever imagined what it would be like if Quentin Tarantino directed Groundhog Day?
It's Groundhog Day! Get up and check that hog out there! Yeah! Stewie, come here!
What the hell?
That is what the next 3 hours was like. Carolyn repeatedly went against the same 7 enemies over and over.
Did you just kill me? No. Oh, I got killed by a minion. Give me a bup. Ah.
Occasionally, she would push past and square up against the mini-boss, where he inevitably sent her back to the start.
I'm so tired of being killed by you.
Carolyn got painfully close on a couple runs, only to come up just short of victory.
What does that mean?
You gotta do
Ah, stop it! For Christ's sake!
but she still took the time to enjoy her successes.
Victory. 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 Victory dance. One destruction. Sorry.
I did not know who to feel the most sorry for. My wife and her struggles, or our live audience having to watch the same 5 minutes of gameplay over and over,
Folks ready to order?
or the enemies she would kill over and over.
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, and burned.
Oh, really?
I am an immortal.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
With countless attempts and countless deaths, we asked our audience if they wanted me to push Carolyn past the wall. So at their insistence, I reluctantly took the controller and pummeled the mini-boss into oblivion. I handed the controller back and kept my fingers crossed she would not make any mistakes on her way to Kenchero. She showed some hesitancy on dropping down in certain areas, but after some reassurance, she made it without incident.
Can I jump off this or am I going to break my feet off?
You can drop.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He
Finally,
is fucking with
we are
me.
into the actual game.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, he cut off your arm.
Still not being interested in the story,
Oh, I'm supposed to be paying attention to all this BS.
she soon found her favorite NPC, Hanbai the Undying. She took her murderous frustrations out on him and marveled as all he did was ask for more.
Okay, you're right. He is really nice. Okay, I like him.
I had to gently prod her onwards into the Ashina outskirts.
Ah! Before.
She ventured out into the Ashina outskirts, wreaking havoc upon every fence and giant chicken she could find. She began to grasp the grappling hook mechanic and was soon, haltingly, soaring through the air. Combat was still not really clicking with her, and death was still around every corner. But at least the diversity of each death was improved.
Why is there a bad dog?
After a few tips on ways to avoid enemies, she soon found herself face to face with the chained ogre.
This is bad! Ah. Right.
I let her have a few attempts at the ogre, but I soon realized, with Sekiro being her first hard game, and remembering the trouble I had with the ogre, it could take her over 1,000 attempts to conquer him. I value our relationship, and though I always wanted Carolyn to love video games as much as I do, at this time and place, Sekiro would not be the game to change the tide.
Did I?
Yeah.
Ah, shit!
Whatever you're doing with...
I was trying to get to my... It makes me nervous.
Still wanting her to experience a few early game surprises, I played past the ogre, which took me a few tries, and set her on her way.
Nope. Oh, no. Nopey, nope, nope.
I directed her to the Underbridge Valley, where she encountered the Great Serpent for the first time.
Oh, this is super bad! No, motherfucker!
After a couple deaths and some detailed instructions, Carolyn did it. She took down a From Software boss on her own.
Sorry!
I knew this was to be her ultimate success in Sekiro, but I wanted her to at least try battling the first main boss of the game. So I advanced her to the battle with Gyubu Oniwa. Although she did not succeed in her battle, she did surprisingly well. She did not panic, and even succeeded in grapple attacking the horseman.
Oh, sorry, horse.
I don't believe Carolyn is ever going to want to pick up Sekiro
Oh,
again.
God! No! I don't even know what you are! But no!
But she has agreed to try a few more of my favorite games in the future. It might be a while before we return to the world of From Software, but I'm hoping we will find a game she wants to keep playing even after we turn the camera off.
Notice, on this first episode of making his wife play, who does not play video games except for Animal Crossing, he picks this game. This game that had him screaming like a toddler and having many meltdowns in our living room. What is wrong with my husband? Lots. That's what's wrong with my husband.